All right, so my name's Sergeant North. Can you give me a brief rundown of what's going on?
So, so yesterday I was out all day. I went to Mount Rose and went to Wheat Ridge. And then I came back late at night and found a group of people from California, Oregon, West Coast who just dropped by.
Do you
And
know these
yeah,
people?
yeah, I know of them. Yeah, of course. And I was like, okay, what's going on? We need a place to stay. I was like, okay, cool. Um, so I allowed it, and I knew they were with the lady that owns the organization. She was dying of cancer, so I met her a few months ago, and she wanted to pass. And,
Okay.
and today I came back from a long day. I traveled back to Denver to drop off a friend of mine, sister, and try to find a place in Buena Vista for me and my kids to rent out. And came back and they showed me to the bedroom, and they showed me her, but as a corpse. She's a dead body. Gray, no eyes.
What do you mean, no eyes?
She's been dead for a moment. I
Okay.
don't know how long. Like, it's been a moment.
So yesterday when they got to your house, she was alive and there, or
No. I didn't know she was even there. I thought, she
okay?
stood over there. I wasn't aware.
Are these people still at your place?
Yeah, they're still there. I wanted to take my kid. They forcefully took my kid and forced him to stay there. And my kid was crying. And the first thing I could do was just take the car and just come straight over here.
What's your address, man?
For Salida Court.
4 Alcida.
Yeah, Martha. They say that more from Cali or Oregon are coming for some sort of gathering.
Okay. Who are these people? Give me names of who's there.
Um, Jason Castillo, um, John Robertson, Karen Raymond, Crystal Raymond,
What was the one before Crystal?
Karen, Ryan Kramer. That's, that's about it.
And what's the deceased lady's name?
Leah Carlson, Lia Carlson.
Okay.
They're part of the Love Has Won group.
Okay.
I've been separating myself from them.
Do they have a branch here in Chaffey County too, off of 250?
Yeah,
Okay.
they left that place.
So they left there and came to your place?
No, that group
Okay. So I guess I'm a little confused. So yesterday you said you went to Montrose?
Mount Rose.
Okay.
Dropped off a laptop to a friend.
And then where'd you go from Montrose?
Went to Wheat Ridge, traveled to Wheat Ridge.
Okay.
Went to Habitat Humanity to buy supplies. I'm doing home renovations.
And then you went home last night?
Yeah, got home last night.
And that's when you met up with these people?
They were already at the house.
Okay. And you didn't see Leah last night?
No.
She.
No.
Then you left this morning?
Yeah, early morning.
Went to Denver?
To airport.
Then came back and.
Airport, went to Buena Vista to see if I could find a rental for me and my kid.
Okay.
And then I did some shopping in the city market. And then came back, and that's when the event happened.
And what's your son's name?
Drake Lamboy.
Drink?
Drake.
Drake. Okay. And what's his date of birth?
12/18.
12/18 of 18?
Yeah.
Okay, so you left your 3-year-old with.
Two.
2-year-old with these people?
I didn't have a choice. I wanted to fight them, but
What do you mean you didn't have a choice?
they literally took me from me.
Okay.
They took him away.
You don't have. Where did they take him to? I mean.
Probably his room. I don't know.
All right. And then you didn't have him take a photograph of Leah or anything like that. That she was there. I mean. All right. Do you know what kind of car they were in?
Nissan Rogue.
What color?
Gray. Has a broken glass in front. Shattered. I just want my kid back. That's my main concern.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. And give me your name one more time.
Miguel, Miguel. Lamboy, Lamboy.
What's your date of birth, sir?
06/29/78.
And the phone number for you?
530-206-0677.
Sorry, 260.
206.
206.
0677.
Okay. This is a strange one for sure. So we have to contact Saguache County. They have jurisdiction there.
Just tell them danger means something ever.
Well, if I tell them that there's a dead lady living or laying in your bed, they're gonna go for sure.
In a room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where at in the house is she?
In the back.
Like in a bedroom or?
It's a bedroom, yeah. Right after the kitchen.
And you said that decomposition's already started? Like,
I've never seen a corpse except in movies.
okay, what'd she look like? I mean...
She's gray.
Okay.
Like dark gray.
And where did they say anything about where they got her or where? Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mike, we're going to be asking some questions here today. My understanding is that you've reported to Sergeant North here of the circumstance that occurred over in your home in Crestone. Is that correct? Yeah. So clearly we're in Salida.
Is it Crestone or Moffett?
Moffett. And it's literally, like, Prestone's like right there.
Okay.
People confuse it for Crestone.
But it is Moffett.
It is Moffett.
Okay. So we're going to ask you some questions because we're just trying to kind of help, I guess, Saguache County so they can kind of help you.
Yeah.
So we're all trying to work together, okay? Now, it's kind of important you understand that we're here trying to help you tonight. You're clearly, we came into a room, and I know it feels a little uneasy, Mike, but you're not in custody. You understand that? And you're free to go. You don't have to talk to us if you don't wish to. Are you willing to talk to us and kind of talk about this thing?
Chief, yes, I'll call you back.
More importantly, do you feel like you're in custody?
No.
Because I don't want you to feel like you're in custody. Because no matter what you tell us today, you're going to leave here. But we just need to make sure we understand that. Because it does get a little uneasy when you come to the police department and have to shut doors and do all that. None of these doors are locked.
I'm just wondering anxiety.
I understand. I understand. So we'll try to work the best we can. Okay. So, do you have an ID with you?
Yeah.
Can I see it real quick? Your last name is Lamboy?
Yeah, Lamboy.
Lamboy. And it shows your date of birth is 6/29/78.
Yeah.
it shows your address is 4. How do you say that? Salida Court. That's in Moffett. And that's the physical address where you live?
I was looking for a place to live. He wanted us to Salida, doing home renovations and stuff. So,
what's your phone number?
530-206-0677.
0677. Okay. So I'm just going to do a little introduction since we're first doing this. We are going to be recording this. Today's date is 4/28 of 21. The time is 8:50 p.m. Currently, this is Lieutenant Martin Lawrence, Police Department. I'm speaking with Miguel, who goes by Michael. Is that what you go by?
Yeah.
Okay. Also present will be Sergeant North. Michael, why don't you start from the beginning and tell me what's kind of happened? Let's just kind of give us a real. You're telling me for the first time, so give me a real kind of explanation of what happened and what's going on.
So I'll start from yesterday. Yesterday I went out early morning to went out all day yesterday. I was doing shopping for materials in Colorado Springs, Denver, and initially I dropped off a laptop first to Montrose to a friend, and then I traveled to Ridge.
Okay, so let me get this timeline right. So I gotta make sure, this was yesterday morning.
Yes,
You were at your house in Moffett.
Yeah, I left at like 6:30 a.m.
Okay. Who was at the house at that time?
Karen, Crystal, or teenage girl, her daughter.
You know Karen's last name?
Raymond.
Karen. So Karen Raymond.
Yeah.
Okay. And her daughter Crystal. Crystal. What's Crystal's last name?
Okay, that's Raymond.
Amy. Okay. So they're at your house, right?
Yeah.
Who else is there?
Chris is our builder. He's our builder.
Some guy named Chris.
Yeah, he's doing home renovations.
What's Chris' last name?
Don't know.
Okay. And who else is there?
My son, Drake Lamboy.
And how old is he? 2. Okay. And who else is there?
That's it at that time.
Okay. So yesterday at 4/27 of 21, which is yesterday today, we're the 28th. You're at your house in Moffett at this 4 Salida Court, and you leave around 6:30 in the morning, and that's who's at your house, correct?
Yeah.
And you're going to leave to go to Denver to pick up material for stuff that you're gonna renovate.
Yeah, no, initially I went to Montrose to drop off a laptop for a friend.
Okay, so you drove from Moffett to Montrose.
Yeah.
Okay, did you drive straight to Montrose?
Yes.
So which way did you go?
The Swatch way?
Okay, so you went through Swatch to Gunnison?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And then you went to Montrose. Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, what time did you get to Montrose? Okay. And where did you go in Montrose?
A neighborhood, a lady's house. I bought a laptop there.
Is she a lady that fixes your laptop or something?
No, she was going to go visit her friend in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
She needed a laptop for work, so I told him I can help you out. Yeah.
So it's a lady you knew.
Yeah.
What's her name?
The lady in Mexico, not her friend.
What was your friend's name?
Our friend's name was an older lady.
How did you know how to get to her house?
My friend from Mexico gave me her address. I think you can visit her from
So did you plug it into a GPS or something? Into your phone?
Yeah.
Where's your phone at right now?
Right here.
Okay. Do you have that address on there?
Sure. Cognac Court.
in Montrose.
Grand Junction, Colorado.
So did you go to Montrose or Grand Junction?
What did it say?
No, they're like probably 70 miles apart. So you went to Grand Junction. And you went to what was the name of the street?
Cognac Court.
What's the numbers?
5 Cognac Court.
5-5?
Just 5.
1-5 Cognac Court. Can I see that? Okay. All right. Okay. So what do you do from there then? You give the laptop and
Said hi. You visible with DCI, which is my friend in Mexico. And she said yes. Well, I'm going to try to do that. Thank you. And that's it. And went to the car and tried to find out where our phone was. Hamilton, with Wheatridge Restaurant.
so you had to get to the Denver area.
Yeah, to get to that.
So how did you travel to the Denver area? Which way did you go?
I took that.
Okay, so did you take I-70 to Denver then?
Yes, well, whatever that
How long did it take you to get to Denver?
moment, there was some sort of construction on the road.
Were you on an interstate?
Yeah, so I had to stay about half an hour, 40 minutes extra there.
What time did you get to Wheatridge, do you think?
I want to say about 4.
Okay.
It was like before closing, they closed at 4:30.
Okay.
So
So now you're in the Denver area at Wheatridge, right?
Yeah. And I got the 2 windows, 2 blinds, and the floors.
And where did you purchased all this stuff at Wheatridge?
Yeah.
What was the name of the place?
Habitat for Humanity.
Habitat for Humanity. Is it actually a store or is it kind of a government non-thing?
It's a non-profit,
Right.
so
What were you driving?
like a Chevy Equinox.
And you got all that stuff from your Equinox?
Yeah.
So then where did you go from there?
From there, down the road, got gas, got back to eat, on the road, and then headed straight home.
Were you heading back to Moffett at that point?
Yeah.
Okay, and which way did you go? Which way did you travel to?
285.
So did you go like through Bailey,
Bailey, yeah.
Fairplay,
Yep.
and you drove straight back to Moffett then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what time did you get back at Moffett?
I want to say it was after 8:30.
Okay.
It was late. Surprised me that my kid was still up, so we hung out.
Okay, when you get back to Moffett, which would be last night on the 27th, your day starts real early at 6:30 in the morning. You drive from Moffett to Gunnison up to Grand Junction. Then you take a trip clear over to Denver. Yes?
Yeah.
And then you drive back to Moffett.
Yeah.
You get home around 8:30 or so. And who's at the house at that time?
Everyone was there, and then the group that, by surprise, that came from California.
Okay, so start with, the report was the 3 adults that you said earlier. You said Karen.
They were already staying there.
Okay, Karen was there still?
Yeah.
Crystal was there?
Yeah.
And Chris?
Yeah.
And your son?
Yeah, and then we have Sarah who works early morning. She got there.
What's Sarah's last name?
Rudolph.
Sarah Rudolph.
Right.
She's there last night you get there. Who else is there?
And then the new group that came by surprise, I was like, okay. And then we had a place to stay that was Jason Castillo, John Roberts, and Ryan Crane, and another lady named Abdulia.
As a woman?
Abdulia, yeah.
Okay, you know her last name? So these people you just mentioned, they're from California?
Yeah, they came. Yeah, to my awareness, I'm not sure, but just assuming they came from
What's your son's name again?
Cali.
And one more time, I'm sorry to do this to you, but tell me one more time. Besides Karen, Crystal, Chris, and Drake, name the you said Sarah was there.
Yeah,
Sarah who?
She came back from work.
Sarah who?
Rudolph.
And then one more time, who were the people from California?
Jason Castillo, John Robertson.
Jason Castillo. John Robertson. Okay.
Brian Kramer.
Brian Kramer. Okay.
And William Abdul.
Okay. So they're at your house last night.
Yeah, by surprise.
Okay. So, but you were allowing them to stay there.
Yeah, they needed a place to stay. I was like,
How did they know to come to your house?
well, they knew of the house for a long time. They used to do work there.
So you knew these guys prior to this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these aren't strangers to you, these are people you know?
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you know them?
Through the Love is One group.
Okay. This is why you ask these questions, because we have to kind of relate where you're at. So, tell me what goes on from there then.
So they came distraught.
Hmm?
They came distraught.
They were distraught?
Yeah, they were not
Mm-hmm.
not happy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those things to pick up. Okay, I need a place to stay. Okay, so as well. My focus is on Drake, so I play with Drake for a good 40 minutes or so. Playing his toys and then.
And real quick, you have Drake for full custody?
Yeah.
Where's his mom live?
In Cali. Yeah.
But you have full custody of Drake.
Well, it's not on paper, but we mutually agree.
What's her name?
Abigail Lowe's.
Abigail Rose.
Lowe's.
Lowe's. Abigail Lowe's. And we're in California this year. She's just somewhere in California. Okay, sorry, go on.
We don't really stay in communication, so that was the thing. So I don't have details of what's going on in Cali. But either way, so that was my main focus, and then it was time for it's bedtime.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go to bed, so I had to put a video story and just stay in the room until it goes down, just feel safe. Yeah, I was showing, they were talking to him about what was going on here. I was like, well, renovations.
Talking about renovations.
Renovations, wanted to fix the house.
So at this point, has Drake gone to sleep?
Yeah.
And now you're kind of talking with everybody at the house?
Yeah.
Okay, what goes on from there?
Yeah, that was it. I asked, what they mentioned about Leah, and I was like, okay, so she's coming here.
Who's Leah?
Leah's the corpse. Or Amy Carlson.
Okay.
Amy Carlson.
So they mentioned a gal named Amy Carlson?
Yeah, they came up in conversation because last that I knew, she was with them. And she was the founder of the Love is One group. And I knew she was dying of cancer. And we met a few months ago, so she wanted to go about her own way.
And what's her name again?
Leah Carlson or Amy Carlson?
Leah or Amy Carlson.
Yeah, Amy or Amy Leah Carlson.
Okay.
So yeah, not much was mentioned about her. I wasn't sure where she was at.
So you're thinking she was going to be part of this group and then she wasn't?
Yeah, because last I knew they were together. And I started distancing myself from the group, and I started focusing on just being a dad and renovations. That's why I have so many trips going back and forth from Colorado. So yeah, that, I went to bed about midnight. Yeah.
So when you go to bed at midnight, Drake's already sleeping, and you go to bed at midnight.
Yeah.
Is Drake in a separate room?
Yes.
Explain to me the house. How big is the house? How many bedrooms?
Two bedrooms, and then there's the garage space, and then there's another space that is still being worked out.
Okay. So then, is it safe?
And a sunroom mix or something. It's a.
So does Drake have his own room?
Yeah.
So Drake's sleeping in his room.
Mm-hmm.
And how old is Drake?
2.
So Drake's sleeping in his room. He's 2 years old. You go to room and go to sleep.
Yeah. I go to the couch. I sleep on the couch.
You sleep on the couch. Who sleeps in the other bedroom?
I don't know. Nobody really.
But you sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's everybody else at this time?
Either sleeping on the other couches or sitting on the floor. We have camping and stuff like that.
Okay. So when you go to bed at midnight, when you go to bed at midnight, is everybody else going to bed or?
Seemed like it.
Yeah. Okay. So this house is out in Moffett. You said it's a 2-bedroom house, but it's got other spaces for where people kind of just crash, either on the couches or on the floors, correct? Yeah. And so you're thinking everybody else is going to sleep about it. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me what happens from there.
So I wake up and I see Karen. Karen is awake, and she says she did not go to sleep. She couldn't sleep.
What time do you wake up at?
5.
And when you wake up, Karen's awake.
Yeah.
Is everybody else sleeping?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the most part. I start getting ready for the day, and I had to just get ready and leave early. So
When you say get ready, what's that consist of?
I'm brushing my teeth, changing my clothes.
Mm-hmm. How many bathrooms are in this house?
One bathroom. One of the bathroom is still not working, but yeah, one bathroom.
Okay. So you're getting ready for work. Then
Well, go out to drop off my friend who went to Memphis. So I went to pick her up and drop off at the Denver airport. And then
so before you get that, so you wake up about 5, you're getting ready to go leave.
Yeah.
Do you see Drake?
Yeah.
Okay. You wake up. What time does he wake up at?
Oh, God. He wakes up around 7:38.
So you're still at home at 7:30 or 8?
No, I don't have to.
So how did you see Drake in the morning?
My clothes are in his bedroom.
So he's sleeping while you're getting ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So you didn't wake him up though before you left? Okay. So tell me what happens. You go to pick a friend up, take him to the airport?
Yep.
And where does that friend live?
12098 County Road, 258.
Here, just outside Salida.
Yeah.
And what's her name?
Bobby?
And take Bobby to the airport.
Yeah.
To the Denver airport?
Yeah.
So what time did you pick Bobby up at?
I want to say about 8:30.
This is this morning?
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys, what do you guys do then?
Just drove, took a moment because the weather was horrible. It was hail, snow, hail. That's it.
Which way, did you go to Denver then? Which way did you drive to Denver?
285 now.
Same way you came home?
Yeah.
Okay, so the night before you drove that same route, now you're going back to Denver. And you took Bobby to the airport. You don't know Bobby's last name.
I can't remember last name.
How old is she about?
Bobby's in, I want to say, late 40s.
Okay. She lives out at that address on 250. Okay. So what happens when you drop her off?
Bobby Leisman.
Leisman? Okay, you drop Bobby off, and then what happens? What time do you drop Bobby off at the airport?
It's about after 12, for sure.
At 12.
Yeah.
You just drop her at the drop off and take off, or how do you do this?
I helped out with the luggage, gave her a hug.
But pulled up to the drop off,
Yeah.
got her unloaded, so it's not long.
Yeah.
You do a drop off.
Yeah.
Okay. So then where do you go?
Went to the gas. Then I had to Buena Vista.
So you just basically came back to 285 again?
Went to the gas. Yeah.
Got gas and you headed back towards 285. Is that a yes? Okay.
Do you know what airline she was on?
United.
United.
Okay. So you're driving. You drove back to Buena Vista. What'd you do in Buena Vista?
Buena Vista. I was looking into an apartment listing. To Jake and myself. Yeah.
So you were looking maybe to go get an apartment in Buena Vista and move there?
Yeah. So I was just checking out to see if they had an open house.
Okay.
Nobody responded. So I was just trying to look for.
What time did you move to Buena Vista? Okay, and you were by yourself?
Yeah.
So you get to Buena Vista around 4. You go to the apartment complex. Do you remember which apartment complex it was?
It was a mobile home.
A mobile home?
Yeah, just wanted to see what was going on, what type of place it was. We didn't have a complete address, but it's 27200 County Road, 314.
So you didn't get to talk to anybody there then?
No.
Okay, so then what do you do?
Went to see if maybe I missed the place, so I asked one of the people that lived in the house if they knew our parents were available. He said no. So I started looking for more renters opportunities. My phone went back to the car. Also checked out a bit if they were hiring at the lead store there. Check that out.
In Buena Vista?
Yeah. They said, check my phone to bring flowers. I thought, okay, bring flowers. And then
What's that about? Flowers?
I don't know.
Who sent that to you?
Adam.
Who?
Ryan Cramer.
Ryan sent you a text to say to bring flowers?
Yeah.
What kind of flowers?
Just bring flowers in the pot.
From where?
From the city market.
Just out of the blue, you just bring flowers?
Yeah, bring flowers for Leah. They call it for Leah. I was like, oh, okay, so she's there. I wasn't aware.
Okay, so you're getting this text. Do you have that text from him?
Benefits her as mother.
And this comes from Ryan, correct?
Yeah.
And this says that, what's the time on that?
3:02.
Is that 3:02 p.m.?
Yeah.
So you got that when you were in Buena Vista?
Yeah, I didn't.
That was a missed call. The text message came at 4
yeah,
something.
I missed the call and I missed
4:11.
Yeah, so I didn't get to see the message till.
All right, so
4:11,
we got Ryan sending you the stuff saying, bring some flowers for who he calls mom, who you know is Leah,
yeah.
Amy Carlson, who's this founder of this crew
Yeah.
who has cancer and had been, you thought was dying.
Yeah.
Okay. But you didn't see her the night before.
No.
Okay. So did you get flowers for her then?
Yeah, I was like, alright. I got flowers and I got my kid some snacks.
At City Market, you did this stuff. Okay. You walked into the store and got the stuff, correct? You know what time you were there about? Was it shortly after that, or?
Probably. So I was probably there around 4:30. Can I have a smoke here? Or is that okay?
Can't smoke inside, but we'll be done here in just a few hours. Okay, so you do this, now where do you go?
Straight home.
So you leave from Buena Vista and drive to Moffett. What time do you get to Moffett at?
I'm gonna say I must have been after 6.
Okay, so you're back at Moffett, right?
Yeah.
And who's at the house when you get back to Moffett? Everybody that was there?
Yeah. Yeah. Except
So
for Sarah. Sarah was working.
So we got Karen, Crystal, Chris, Drake. Then we got Sarah's not there, but Jason's there. John Robertson, Ryan.
Chris is the builder. I mean, he comes there now.
Was Chris there?
Yeah.
Okay. And then is Abdul still there?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me what happens when you get there at 6 and they're all there.
So John greets me and he's like, "Hey man, what's up?" I'm like, "Hey, you out for a while?" Like, well, yeah. Like, what were you doing? I was like, "Dropping off Bobby at the milk water." And he was like, "They weren't aware." I'm like, this was known for a moment that I would do this, and then we talked about people are pissed off about the money. I was like, what money? The money that you need for like the non-profit funds that don't go for the Christian schools. So yeah, but we need access to the funds. And that's one of her dying wishes was the Christian schools, funds for the Christian schools.
What, the Crystal schools?
Yeah, Christian schools for children. She wanted to have an education center.
So you're talking this money that Leah had, and they were in this fund?
I managed the funds. Even though I separated myself from them, I still assisted her managing the funds, which was under my name as well.
Okay.
So I would move it and administer it how it may be, depending on the situation. But
How much are the funds?
200,000.
200,000. And where are they managed at? Where do you guys have those funds at?
At the Bank of the West.
Okay. So he's confronting you about these funds.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Is this inside the house or outside the house?
this was outside and eventually inside.
Okay. So what happens from there?
I just brushed it off. I'm like, it's not profit accounts. Everything's okay. And then Jason, he get called father, so just, I mean, he comes out very rambunctious. Oh wait, yeah, that's what happened. Laid down my bag, I laid on my laptop bag, and it says that, why don't you come visit my mom? Yeah. Okay. I go to the room, and there's a corpse.
So what room?
The bathroom.
Is that one of the bedrooms?
Yeah.
So that's one where nobody really stays, or somebody stays, or who stays there?
Nobody really stays. People prefer, sleeping on the camping bag or the couches.
Okay. So you're saying that Leah's in this room and she's a corpse.
Yeah.
So she's dead.
I never seen a corpse except in movies, but that's how she looked like.
Okay. But you knew it was her.
They said it was her.
What were you seeing?
I don't know. So it was just.
A lot of seeing.
Yeah.
Okay. You could tell it was a human. It was a human body.
The teeth were exposed, the eyes were inside the sockets.
Okay. Was it wrapped in something?
Like a cloth, like almost like mummified.
Was there a smell? Yeah, smell.
I was just.
What did they tell you about this?
They wanted me to hug her.
And they're telling you though that this is Leah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why I'm going with that.
When was the last time you'd seen Leah?
A few minutes ago.
Okay. And so where was Leah staying?
Last time you talked to her.
Okay. So were you under the impression that maybe she died in California and these folks brought her back to your house? I mean, now you're under that impression.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, now that you're seeing this body, I mean, I understand you didn't see it the night before, but now that you're seeing this body, what is your impression? Is that, where did she come from and what was going on? Did they talk to you about this?
No. That's what I.
Okay,
Just
so.
like dropped it right down on my.
Okay, so they want you to hug her. You're telling you this is Leah.
Yeah. Touch her, hug her, whatever.
Okay, so what happens from there? What's going on now?
Jason goes into a rant. Talks about the money and where she's at, and then I'm taking it away from them, and I'm like, this is what you're saying. You're talking about money. I'm trying to grasp the situation, and then.
Have you seen Drake yet when you got on it?
No, I did not. Just took me straight in, and then I even went outside. And John tried to talk with me, Crystal tried to talk with me about, again, the money and this and that. I'm like, you guys are like really focused on what the fuck is going on. So I'm half of the town, and there's a body there. So I just needed to get away, so I decided to go back in, and I got my laptop and my phone, and I wanted to take Drake with me, and then Crystal took Drake away. I wanted to take him away, and she took him away, and then carried him back to rock, like, you're not taking Drake anywhere.
And so I want to stop you real quick. Are you entrusting Karen and Crystal to watch Drake while you're gone the day before and during this day?
Yeah.
Is it so they're kind of being the caretakers of him while you're gone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure. So go ahead.
So, and they were just really angry, and then Drake started crying. He was reaching out to me, and Crystal pulled away, and I wanted to do something. Anger started coming up, but then also just anxiety. So I decided to leave and come straight over here.
And that's when you came and reported to the police?
Yeah.
Did you drive straight to Salida?
Yeah.
How come you didn't report it to Sawatch?
I've heard bad things.
So you want to come here to report? Yeah. Okay. So you come here to report. Yeah. Now, that house right there, are you the sole owner of that house?
Yes.
And you let everybody else stay there?
Yes.
Or is that house, or do you have a loan on that house, or is it paid for?
No, it's a loan between the owner.
Do you have paperwork that shows you're the owner?
Yeah, he gave me the title.
Okay.
The title holder.
You have a title of that house. Okay. Do you give the police permission to be in that house?
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as to find out about Drake and to make everyone vacate.
And obviously check if there's a body.
Yeah.
During your time that you're talking to them, they're talking about this body. Are they did they say what happened? They're not telling you anything.
Nothing. It's literally like you come in and boom, a body. It's like, hey.
And you're positive you didn't know that body was there the night before?
No.
Did you go?
I was inside that room to see how it was. There was no.
So the night before on the 27th, you were in that room.
Yeah.
And there was no body. These folks, when they came from California, how did they get to your house?
They drove a Nissan Road owned by Arduino.
Okay, so they were all on the Nissan Road.
Yeah.
Okay. Could it be possible that that body could have been out on the Nissan Road that night?
That's the only thing I can.
But you don't know. Okay. So as you left tonight, your son and those people were still at that house. Okay. So it's not necessarily they took your son and they left somewhere. They're at that house.
Yeah. But they're holding him hostage.
Okay.
Because Robert's ripping away from him and he's reaching his hands to.
When you were in that house around these people, did you ever see any weapons? No.
Construction tools.
Construction tools. No firearms. Okay. No knives.
Kitchen knives.
Okay. Nothing like that. Okay. And I gotta ask you something. I just gotta know. Have you used any narcotics today?
No.
Okay. You had to think about that for a second, so I need to know for sure.
You asked me about the cannabis.
Okay. Well,
I'm not sure what you guys consider cannabis. Is that
did you smoke marijuana today?
oil?
Okay. Did you use any narcotics yesterday?
No.
Okay. Is there any drugs in that house?
Just want to confirm, cannabis is not a narcotic.
Well, yeah, that's not, it's minus weed, marijuana, which is legal.
Thank you.
Have you used any illegal drugs? No. Is there any illegal drugs beside, is there any illegal drugs inside that house? Okay. No marijuana, no meth, no heroin, nothing like that. We have to ask,
No, absolutely.
because it can change the how things go.
No, absolutely.
Okay. And so have you had any contact with these folks since you've come to Salida to report Sergeant? There's been no contact between you guys?
I mean, I haven't checked my Skype. But yeah, like Skype communication. That's it.
Okay.
But I haven't communicated.
I'm gonna jump in one more time. When you walk into the room and see her, explain what condition the body was in.
So, can I stand up and just show?
Yeah.
So I go in, and the dad's there, and I'm not sure what I'm seeing because she's enveloped in cloth, and so I had to like get closer. And once I got to that point, it hit me like, see, corpse. It's dark gray, color skin, teeth. I think the eyes are inside.
Would you say that? I mean, I apologize, but was there like no eyeball or?
No eyeball.
Okay.
No eyeball.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So obvious signs that she was deceased.
Yeah. I mean, like I've never seen a corpse in that state except for the movies.
Gotcha.
So
Had they told you ever before that Leah had died?
no.
That you weren't even unaware of it, and you said, how long it had been since you talked to Leah? A couple months?
Yeah, a few months.
A few months. And she was in California when you talked to her?
Yeah.
And you talked to her what, on the phone?
No, I was with her for a moment.
You were there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she was there.
Right.
I could see.
Was she pretty bad then? Okay.
You see bones.
Right. So it wasn't going to be long for her. Okay. You know, I don't think I have any other questions. Or do you have any questions?
If they do leave there, where do you think they would head to?
And the vehicles.
Do they come up here to the 250 address?
That lease is up,
Okay. So everyone's dispersed out of there.
basically.
Okay.
So your house is the only place they could stay?
Yeah.
Or would stay?
Yep.
They have a Nissan Rogue. What color is it?
Gray.
Gray. What else do they have there for transportation?
That's the Chevy Colorado.
Where's it?
That's electric.
Okay. What else would they be driving if they've left? Do you have, just gotta ask this question, sometimes these places, do you have anything, do you have dogs at the place?
Yeah, there's big local dogs. There's
Are they,
three dogs and 2 cats.
are the dogs mean?
No, they bark. It was good. They bark.
Do these guys normally set up any booby traps or anything like that?
No.
Nothing like that.
Is Crystal or Karen the mom that normally tends to Drake when you're not there?
Mostly Karen.
Okay. What is her? So if they were to leave, they would be the ones that would take Drake with them, correct?
Yeah. So
Okay. What's their phone number?
Well, they're not taking care of Drake.
I understand. What I'm asking is if they were to leave, Drake's there right now, right?
Yeah.
If they took Drake with them,
No, absolutely not.
But if they did,
if they did,
we're trying to see, what's their phone number?
Oh.
we have ways to track phone numbers and stuff like that so we can get Drake if they did leave with him.
No, I want them to take it. They were vouching for the dynamic, and then I have her on. I don't have her number. I have her on Skype.
No.
But they have cell phones.
Yeah, they have cell phones. I don't have her number. Let me see if it is.
Can you kind of explain what this Love is One group is?
So Love is One is Linda's teachings of unity consciousness, heart consciousness, internal healing, feeling and facing the demons, and self-healing, moving beyond them. Spiritual practices of meditation, as also holistic healer. She helped me heal with cancer. So that's how I connected with her. And I've helped her for a long moment until she started getting sick. So,
How old was Leah? Or is Leah?
yeah,
In her 40s?
so to honor her, I moved funds to create a nonprofit called GuysChristieSchools.org, and I created an account under the nonprofit and moved out of funds. So yeah, basically the funds there. They're under my name. It was always under my name, but we just had that bond. She had that trust in me. So like, hey, I can trust you, and I've done anything for her.
What do you guys use the money for then?
Products, stuff like that. Products, and a lot of products for donations. Or at least they did. I separated myself. I still managed the finances because that's what Mia wanted me to do. But I distanced myself from the group and I just became a dad and got into home innovation.
So what would they do? Come and say they need some money to get money out or what?
Yeah. And I was like,
Who would come to you to get the money?
any other would try it.
So does Jason, when he's talking to you about money, is he trying to get money from the family?
Yeah, he wanted to get the job.
Alright.
And I was like,
Well, I think we have the gist of what happened. At this point, we just have to relay this information up to Swatch, kind of let them know. It's their jurisdiction, Mike, so there's not a lot other than the fact that we can kind of give them information and try to help them along. Nothing was within our jurisdiction. We're happy to help the best we can. That's what we
my
can do.
concern is trade.
Ours too, so that's why we gotta get this information to them.
So do we have a case who just didn't get tricked out?
Well, yeah, they're going to go there. They're going to try to see what's going on with this, and absolutely. So that's why I think we need to. You go outside, smoke a cigarette. We need to relay this information to Sawatch so they can understand where this is from. Because this is a complex still. We need to make sure they get everything that's going on. I need to know for sure, though, there's no one else in that house. That house is not owned by the foundation, so these people have rights to that house, nothing. You're letting them stay there?
It's a mine. I have documents.
Okay.
It's a mine.
All right, and you give the police consent to go there and get Drake and to see about this corpse, is it correct? Is that a yes? Okay. All right, I don't have any more. I'm going to conclude this at 9:36 p.m.
I'll show you out. You can smoke a cigarette, and then I'll come down and chat with you here in just a few after we get done talking to Sawatch, okay? My body camera's going to die, so I'm going to stop it at this point.